breathe in the light of Christ. Breathe in new life. Dear Lord, your light is shining in the darkness. Let each of us, and we as a community of Good Sam, reflect your light in the world. Amen. Good morning. Here we are, blessed and renewed once again by the experience of being present at Jesus' birth. We're reminded in our lessons that God has sent his word, warming us in the cold, with his waters flowing. The Gospel of John, as our presiding Bishop Michael Curry tells us in his Christmas message, does not include the scenes of the Nativity, so familiar to us in the other Gospels. He says in John, it is the poetry of new possibility, born of the reality of God, when God breaks into the world. What happened when Jesus broke into the world? People flocked to him. He did marvelous deeds and wonderful things. A Christmas song I love, actually I'm addicted to it, is Mary, Did You Know? I'll read you the first verse because I can't sing. Mary, did you know that your baby boy will one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child you have delivered will soon deliver you. This baby Jesus has come again to make us new. From the song we can paraphrase, this child Mary has delivered will deliver us. We can pray the words of this song using our own names. I can pray, Cammie, did you know? Try it. Insert your own name. Did you know this baby boy has come to make you new, making us new over and over again, moment by moment? I wonder, are we able to be the metaphorical manger to receive the baby Jesus? Are we all to be mothers of God? Some of the people who encountered Jesus were changed, transformed from the inside out. There was something about him, his life-giving radiance, his very being. His healing acts were demonstrations of his life-giving power. Some of the folks who encountered Jesus were sent out 2 by 2 to proclaim the good news. I wonder, what did they say? These were those who proclaimed something good before Jesus was tried, crucified, died, and rose again. What did they say the good news was? We don't have a record of the exact words they used. I wonder, was it not so much the words they said, but their light, their aliveness, which attracted folks? They were fed by Jesus' living waters, fueled by the power of the Holy. Now we are invited also to follow Jesus in similar ways. We are also to be the light of the world. Bishop Curry calls us crazy Christians. He's written a book by that title. When we follow Jesus, when love becomes our way of life, we are indeed countercultural, particularly in our culture in this day. There's a worldwide movement called the Way of Love. The Episcopal Church, among others, is responding by providing resources, tools, and encouragement to follow Jesus in our own lives. The first followers of Jesus, who only later came to be called Christians, were probably labeled crazy too. Who were these people who looked as if they were infused by internal light? Who were these people that act with mercy, compassion, and kindness, and shared what they had? Think about it. Whatever it was they were and did and said, they ended up being a force of change. Not only changing the individuals they encountered, but villages, towns, and even as time ensued, the world. Jesus' way of love is a way of life. Now we're each intentionally invited to practice, with God's help, this way of life. We're all on a spiritual journey. The Holy Spirit will guide us if we quiet our own agendas and listen to her guidance. I invite you, along with me, to spend time each day quieting our busy minds and listen. Let us make room for Jesus in our hearts. Let us make the space to listen to what God may be wanting to tell us. Let us listen for guidance and help, to craft a life following Jesus, a life of love. Now, I'm hearing a nudge from God. Have you ever heard these nudges or felt these nudges from God? I often resist them, but when it keeps coming back, I finally wake up and say, okay, God. Well, my nudge now is to broaden our individual listening to God's voice to a parish-wide level. There is an amplified power in community listening. Our parish of the Church of the Good Samaritan is on a soul journey, just as each of us individually is on a soul's journey. This happened for the first Christian communities and continues to happen today. Whenever 2 or 3 are gathered together, there's power. At Good Sam, we gather to say our liturgical prayers, offer our petitions and gratitude, and celebrate the Eucharist together. Through our members, clergy, staff, ministries, and vestry, we carry on the business, operations, and the outreach of our parish. I wonder, has this baby Jesus come to make us new together as a church family? I'd like to invite you to walk with me on our church's spiritual journey, an adventure, if you will, an intentionally spiritual journey. I invite you to daily quiet your minds, be still, and ask along with me this question. Dear Lord, what would you have us do as this parish in this time and place to help bring about something new? How might we, as the body of Christ, listen and follow Jesus together? If you come along on this spiritual ride with me, let me know what you hear from God. I'll collect the leadings, as the Quakers call these, and report back to you. And again, from the Gospel of John. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. What has come into being in him was life, and the life was the light of all people. The Word. The writer of John used the word logos. Now, logos is not a static word. It signifies a continuous statement, an ongoing narrative, a complex utterance in which the audience, not just the speaker, participates. One author I read said we could substitute the word conversation for the word word. Jesus coming into the world is the beginning of a conversation. It's an ongoing conversation with all of us. In closing, take another deep, quieting breath. Let us ask God together, Lord, help us to tune in to your God station and hone our God antennas to receive your light and guidance, that we might share it with the world. Amen.